Tim Cook said that Apple manufactures in China not because of the cheap labor, but because only China can produce proper volume and quality. That's probably true. One of the reasons why China has been a really good base of manufacturing for the rest of the world is because they have a stable government. You can have factories in places like Bangladesh, you can build them in Nigeria, you can there are plenty of places in the world with cheap labor that you could take advantage of. But China is like a rare, or at least it has been, a rare intersection of like stable governance, low crime, a pretty like accountable system of organization and cheap labor. But that's not sustainable because eventually the conditions that make your country stable for investment will also make your country wealthy enough that they can't provide the cheap labor that you're looking for. You know? How are they accountable? Because China's, both their government and their businesses have a pretty like observable, reliable chain of responsibility that you can look at and you can like verify the quality of the product that you're putting out. Like there are factories in Bangladesh where you can put in an order, and if you want to like account for that order or find out how it's being made or what's being made, it's really, really, really difficult to check up on. Like you can go there and you can be like, hey, can I see the factory? Can I see the process? And they'll be like, sure. And they'll take you somewhere, and the factory will be doing something, but you don't have that like robust, consistent, like, you know, legal, governmental, business, private partner cooperation that allows for a really transparent observational process. You know, it's you're getting kind of like, it's like if you asked to, you know, take a look at how ethical cocoa is being farmed down in like certain parts of South America, and like they can show you cocoa being farmed, but like, are they beforehand telling you, telling all the workers there, like, hey, get the kids out of here, like, get the 10-year-olds out? So we like, an American observer is coming down. We need to pretend that we're following the, you know, the requirements that their parent company imposed on us. It works like that in China too. Well, no, it kind of doesn't. It's not the 1990s anymore. China's pretty damn stable. If you make something in China, for the most part, like there's a high degree of culpability with regards to the like the process by which it's made. It absolutely does. Well, it really depends on which like company you're subcontracting with, I suppose. In China, they build suicide nets. Is it possible that you're basing your opinion of the Chinese economy based on like news tidbits that you read 12 years ago that you haven't really like substantiated or followed up on? Like, yeah, you're doing the Western brain thing, like the thing where you pretend that Tiananmen Square is like a big deal to the average Chinese person. Like if you saw a Chinese immigrant in America, you'd be like, hey, did they let you know about Tiananmen Square? As if like America didn't commit 50 trillion war crimes in Vietnam that the average American has no idea of, right? Which is apparently more acceptable for people to not know about because it happened to Vietnamese people rather than to Americans. What about the Chinese population collapse? Isn't that dangerous for the economy? Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's going to be a huge problem moving forward. Doesn't China use slave labor? I mean, we also do. I just don't, I don't know what you mean. It's a country of 1.4 billion people. I'm talking about the general tendencies of the economy. I'm talking about like the reliability. The reason why China is used for manufacturing so much isn't just because of the cheap labor. It's that it's stable enough that you can get like a legal through line. The Chinese government doesn't just allow business investment from the West, right? They actively cooperate with it in a way that allows for stuff like product quality assurance, a little more robustly than you might get from a place like, you know, Bangladesh or the Philippines. But that's not to say that there aren't labor violations in China. There are everywhere. You can't just say perchance. I do at least once a stream.